In this video, we will discuss Odin's wife, the Norse goddess Frigg. Origins of Frigg. Frigg is an important goddess in Norse mythology and is known as Odin's wife. She is central to the world of the gods, the earthgulls, and plays an important role in mythology. For example, she appears frequently in mythology to give important advice, as she is said to be a seer and able to know the future. For this reason, Frigg is a very important goddess in Norse mythology, and her role and influence are immeasurable. Frigg is a very wise goddess, skilled in foresight and magic. She has the ability to see into the future, and uses this knowledge to guide the other gods. For example, there is a story of how, after she dreams that her son Balder dies, she makes all the matter in the world swear to protect him, but in the end, his death is brought about by mistletoe. Frigg holds a unique place in Norse mythology, influencing many myths with her knowledge and abilities. Frigg was a symbol of love and family and was highly esteemed in Norse society. She symbolized motherhood, domestic tranquility, and wifely fidelity, values that were very important in Norse society. For example, Frigg demonstrates the importance of family through her strong bond with her husband, Odin, and her deep love for her sons. Thus, Frigg played an important role in Norse mythology as a symbol of love and family, and these values have been carried over into modern times. Mythological status of Frigg. As the wife of Odin, Frigg plays a central role in the family in Norse mythology. Her marriage to Odin, king of the gods, established her as the mother of the gods and blessed her with many children. Her sons, Balder and Hözel, for example, reflect Frigg's loving motherhood, and the story surrounding Balder's death is a particularly important episode that demonstrates her deep maternal love. Thus, Frigg is an important symbol of family ties. As a loving mother in Norse mythology, Frigg plays a central role in many important stories in Norse mythology. Her prophetic powers and knowledge of magic influence the development of many stories and play a major role in the fate of the gods. In particular, the story of her foreseeing the death of her son, Balder, and trying to protect him is an iconic example of Frigg's power and influence. As a wise goddess with the gift of foreknowledge, Frigg is deeply involved in many important stories in Norse mythology. Frigg imparts many lessons through her stories. Her adventures and challenges demonstrate her courage in the face of difficulty, and her love for protecting her family. For example, her actions to make all the substances in the world swear to prevent Balder's death symbolize her endless efforts to protect her loved ones. Frigg's adventures demonstrate the importance of love and sacrifice, and provide an important lesson in Norse mythology. Relationship with the Norse gods. The relationship between Frigg and Odin is very deep and reciprocal in Norse mythology. Odin is the king of the gods, and Frigg, as his wife, plays an important role in many mythological stories. For example, they complement each other's wisdom and guide the world of the gods, thus presenting the ideal couple in Norse mythology. For this reason, Frigg and Odin are integral to each other in Norse mythology, and their relationship influences the entire mythos. Frigg also has a complex relationship with other gods, including Loki, which creates an interesting element in many stories. Loki's machinations and reciprocal interactions with the other gods provide a testing ground for Frigg's wisdom and power, and contribute to the depth of her character. In particular, the story related to the death of Balder, in which Loki's trickery tests Frigg's strength, underscores the importance of her role in the myth. Thus, Frigg's status as an important figure in Norse mythology is established through her complex relationships with Loki and the other gods. Frigg has great social influence over the other gods in Norse mythology. She uses her position as the mother of the gods to influence many important decisions in mythology. For example, she participates with Odin in the councils of the gods and exercises influence over important agendas. This makes Frigg more than just the mother of the gods. She is also an important decision maker in Norse mythology, symbol of motherhood and home. Frigg has deep significance in Norse mythology. As a symbol of motherhood and family, she symbolizes the importance of family and home through her role as mother to the gods, and her strong will to protect her household. For example, the story of her attempt to protect her son, Balder, symbolizes her strong maternal love and devotion to her family. Thus, Frigg is an important symbol of the importance of family and maternal strength in Norse mythology. Frigg is deeply involved in the world of fate and magic, and her role is important in Norse mythology. Her prophetic powers and knowledge of magic have a great influence on the unfolding of the story, and have the power to change the course of destiny. In particular, her foresight of Balder's death and her efforts to protect him are symbolic episodes in which fate and magical power are linked. Frigg holds a unique place in Norse mythology. Through its complex association of fate and magic, Frigg's symbolism has changed from ancient to modern times, and has taken on different cultural meanings. In the ancient context, she reflected mythological ideals, but in the modern context, her story has been interpreted and symbolized differently. For example, in antiquity she was revered as the protector of motherhood and the home, but in modern times she is reinterpreted as a symbol of female strength and independence. Thus, the Frigg has taken on different cultural meanings throughout the ages, and its symbolism is constantly evolving. Introduction to regional folklore. The regional lore surrounding Frigg reflects the culture of the different regions of Scandinavia and her importance. Each region has its own unique Frigg story, and these stories illustrate the differences in culture and beliefs in that region. For example, in some parts of Scandinavia, Frigg is worshipped as a fertility and motherhood goddess, and has a significant influence on local festivals and rituals. In this way, the regional folklore associated with Frigg demonstrates the diversity of Scandinavian culture and her universal importance. The festivals and rituals honoring Frigg reflect her mythological role and influence on modern society. These festivals and rituals are a means of transmitting ancient beliefs to the modern world, and also function to strengthen community bonds. For example, in Scandinavia, spring festivals include rituals dedicated to Frigg, honoring her as a symbol of fertility and rebirth. Thus, the festivals and rituals associated with Frigg play an important role in bringing her traditional role into the modern world and in uniting communities. An unexpected and interesting story related to Frigg, mother goddess of Norse mythology, is the tale of Frigg and Odin's Wager. In this story, Frigg and her husband, Odin, make a wager concerning the loyalty and affection of mortals. Odin was known to visit the human world often, and he was interested in human behavior and nature. On one occasion, Odin and Frigg discuss a faithful couple. Odin believed that the couple's loyalty would be easily shaken, but Frigg insisted the opposite. As part of their bet, Odin descends into the human world in disguise, and sets up a series of challenges to test the couple's fidelity. But Frigg, also a wise goddess, sees through her husband Odin's plan and secretly helps the couple face the challenges. As a result, the couple overcomes all their trials, proving their loyalty and love. This is an interesting episode in which Frigg's wisdom and Odin's trickery collide, and it shows a particularly humorous side of Norse mythology. The story also offers interesting insights into how the gods were involved in the human world, and their personalities and relationships. How was it? I explained about Frigg, the Norse goddess of mythology. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like this video. History Spectrum.